Hi, I'm Karen Ross, Secretary of the California Department of Food and Agriculture. September 21st through the 27th is Banned Books Week. It's a time when we celebrate the most basic freedom that we have in our democratic society, which is the freedom to read without censorship. Today I'm going to be reading from a favorite book of mine that made a huge impression on me when I was a sophomore in high school, The Grapes of Wrath by Steinbeck. It's amazing to think that this book shows up consistently on the 100 most banned books in America. I'm going to read a bit about the work in the fields and how it really conveys how people came to California out of hope and out of desperation, and that we always aspire to do what's right for our families. Takes 3,000 men for 2 weeks when them peaches is ripe. Got to have 'em or them peaches'll rot. So what do? They send out handbills all over hell. They need 3,000 and they get 6,000. They get them men for what they want to pay for. If you don't want to take what they pay, goddammit, there's 1,000 men just waiting for your job. So you pick, and then she's done. Whole part of the country's peaches, all ripe right together. When you get 'em picked, every goddamn one is picked. There ain't another damn thing in that part of the country to do. And then them owners, they don't want you around no more. 3,000 of you. The work's done. You might steal. You might get drunk. You might just raise hell. And besides, you don't look nice living in old tents, and it's a pretty country. You stink it up. They don't want you around. So they kick you out, they move you along. That's how it is. Tom, looking down toward the Joe tent, saw his mother, heavy and slow with weariness, build a little trash fire and putting the cooking pots over the flame. The circle of children drew closer, and the calm, wide eyes of the children watched every move of Ma's hands. An old man with a bent back came like a badger out of a tent and snooped near, sniffing the air as he came. He laced his arms behind him and joined the children to watch Ma. Ruthie and Winfield stood near to Ma and eyed the strangers belligerently. Tom said angrily, "Them peaches got to be picked right now, don't they? Just when they's ripe?" "Course they do." "Well, s'pose them people got together and says, 'Let 'em rot.' Wouldn't be long before prices went up, by God." The young man looked up from the valves. "Well, you figured out something, didn't ya? Come right into your own head?" "I'm tired," said Tom. "Drove all night. I don't want to start no argument. I'm just so goddamn tired I'd argue easy. Don't be smart with me. I'm asking ya." The young man grinned. "I didn't mean it. You ain't been here. Folks have figured it out. And the folks with the peach orchard figured her out too. Look, if the folks gets together, there's a leader. Got to be. A fellow that does all the talking. Well, first time this fellow opens his mouth, they grab him and stick him in jail. And if there's another leader pops up, why, they stick him in jail too." Tom said, "Well, a fella eats in jail anyways." "Yeah, but his kids don't. How'd you like to be in and your kids are starving to death?" "Yeah," said Tom slowly. "Yeah. And here's another thing. Ever hear of the blacklist?" "What's that?" "Well, you just open your trap about us folks getting together and you'll see. They take your picture and send it all over. Then you can't get work nowhere. And if you got kids..." Tom took off his cap and twisted it in his hands. "So we take what we can get, huh? Or we starve. And if we yelp, we starve." The young man made a sweeping circle with his hand, and his hand took in the ragged tents and the rusty cars. Tom looked down at his mother again, where she sat scraping potatoes, and the children had drawn closer. He said, "I ain't gonna take it. God damn it, I and my folks ain't no sheep. I'll kick the hell out of someone." Thanks for listening, and this week, celebrate your right to read by reading a banned book. There's some great ones on the list.